Okay, number 1. I'm not going to share my screen with you for this because you have it pulled up on your screen, so you need to be doing it on your screen and using your paper, okay? I do not want you to unmute yourself and answer, okay? So nobody unmute yourself and answer because this is a test. I don't want everybody to get the answer, okay? Did that work, Layla? She froze. Okay. All right, number 1. Jeanette has 20 pairs. Tara has 4 times as many pairs as Jeanette. How many pairs in does Tara have? Okay. Okay, well, I'm recording it, so if you don't get some of the questions, you can just watch the recording. Or you can just write it down on your paper as we go, and then you can go back in and type it. Okay, so we know that Jeanette has 20 pairs, and Tara has 4 times as many pairs, and here's the diagram already there for you. So you got to figure out what n is equal to, and go ahead and click the answer. Okay. Everybody put your hands on your shoulders when you're ready to move on to number 2. All right, number 2. There were 32 students running in a race. This was 4 times the number of teachers running in the race. Which equation shows how many teachers ran in the race? All right, so we know that there's going to be more students than teachers running in the race because it says there are 32 students and that was 4 times the number of teachers. Okay, so think about the equation you can write. 32 was 4 times as many teachers. We don't know the teachers. So 4 times as many as something, or as many teachers, is equal to 32 students. Already see hands on shoulders. Thank you for letting me know. If you have a question, you can click the raising the hand emoji and then I can answer it, but make sure it's a question, not the answer. Okay, if you're not sure about it, write the number 2 down on your paper and circle it, and that will tell you to go back and look at it so we can keep going. All right. All right, number 3. What number is 10 times as many as 5? That one's pretty easy. What number is 10 times as many as 5? Okay. Moving on to the next one. Number 4. A parking lot has 8 times as many cars as buses. The parking lot has 72 cars. So they go ahead and gave us the equation. 8 times B is 72. How many buses are in the parking lot? So 8 times what is 72? You're going to break my heart if you put 576. So don't put that. Eight times what is 72? Okay. Moving on to the next one, number 5. What number is 5 times as many as 8? Type in the answer there. What number is 5 times as many as 8? Kayla, you have a question? All right, what's your question? Nope, for this one you just put the answer. You're just typing a number. Okay. Moving on to number 6. 6 has 2 parts. So 6A says, all right, it's true or false. 48 is 6 times as many as 7. So 48 is, which means equal to, 6 times as many as 7. True or false? This is where your multiplication is important. All right, moving on to step B. 63 is 7 times as many as 9. So 63 is, or equal to, 7 times as many as 9. True or false? All right, put your hands on your head if you are ready to move on. Okay. If you're stuck on this one, write down the number of the problem and circle it so that you can come back to it so we can keep going. All right, 6C. True or false? 24 is 8 times as many as 4. Kason, you just joined us. You need to go to your template on Google Classroom and click the test under Thursday. And we're on 6C. We're on number 6C. So 24 is 8 times as many as 4.
question?
Sure. No, for number 5, you're just writing the number. Okay. Number 7. This is where they start getting a little more complicated. So here we go. Number 7. The top shelf of a bookcase has 8 books. The entire bookcase has 10 times as many books as the top shelf. Write an equation that shows how many books are in the entire bookcase. All right, so it wants you to write an equation, not answer it. Write an equation. So if it helps, you could draw a picture of a bookcase that has the top shelf having 8 books. So you could draw like 8 books on the top shelf. And then it says the entire bookcase has 10 times as many books as the top shelf. So it wants to know 10 times as many as the top shelf, which is 8. So write the equation. Use whatever letter as your unknown number. Number 7. Okay, put your finger on your nose when you're ready to move on. An unknown. You can use any letter for your unknown. I think I see somebody putting their finger up their nose. I'm just kidding. All right, number 8. Look at number 8. It says in all caps, pay attention to the question. This one has 2 parts. So once you have done the first part, you're not done. Okay? Number 8. Aaron watches a school orchestra perform and counts 4 drums. He counts 5 times as many violins as drums. How many more violins and drums does Aaron count? So you need to know first, the first step is to know how many drums and how many violins. So you're going to have to solve for how many violins. Do that first. Do that on your paper because that's not your final answer. You're solving for how many violins first. All right, has everybody got that number? Okay, get it real quick. Figure it out. He has 4 drums, or he counts 4 drums, and he counts 5 times as many violins as drums. He's going to have a lot more violins. Okay, so once you have that number, how many more violins than drums does Aaron count? So it wants to know how many more violins than drums. So you're finding the difference. Once you found the difference, type in that answer, type in that number, and your unit, which is violins. You're going to put in a
So, this one, so if I write,
no, you're just going to write how many more violins. So you have to find the difference, and that'll be your final answer. Yes. I'm recording. I'm recording this, so but it will not. If you exit out of your test, it will not save it. So you may want to write down your answers so far on a piece of paper. Yeah, it will. You're gonna have to write down your answers that you've already put in because once you get off the internet, it won't save it. Okay. Ready? Moving on. All right, number 9. East Park has 7 trees and West Park has 56 trees. How many times as many trees are in West Park as in East Park? If I were you, I would write a column that says East Park has this many and West Park has this many. Okay. How many times as many trees are in West Park as in East Park? So think in your head, how many, which is a question mark or unknown, how many times are in West Park as East Park? So how many times of East Park is West Park? Just write the unit. So we're talking about trees. So you'd write the number and then your unit, which is trees. Type the unit and number. Number, whatever the answer is, trees. All right, number 10. Omar plays 4 rounds of a game. Peter plays 7 times as many rounds of the game as Omar. How many rounds does Peter play? So it wants you to answer the number, not write an equation. Answer the entire problem. Omar plays, huh? Just Peter. How many rounds does Peter play? So if Omar plays 4 rounds and Peter plays 7 times as many as Omar, how many does he play? Okay, moving on to number 11. There are 5 times as many birds in a tree as there are squirrels. So there's more birds than squirrels. If there are 15 birds in a tree, how many squirrels are in the tree? So if there's 5 times as many birds and there's 15 birds, how many squirrels are there? You're not writing the equation, you're just answering it with the number and the unit. Okay, there are 5 times as many birds in a tree than there are squirrels. So there's 5 times as many birds, so that means there's way more birds than squirrels in a tree. If there are 15 birds in the tree, so there's 15, that's 5 times as many more as the squirrels. How many squirrels are there? So 15 is 5 times as many squirrels. So how many squirrels are there? Got it? All right, number 12. All right, the directions say use P as your unknown number, so we're probably going to be writing an equation. Ready? Molly is making a bead bracelet. She will use 6 red beads. She will also use 2 times as many purple beads as red beads. Write an equation that can be used to find the number of purple beads. Okay, so she's going to use 6 red, and 2 times the red is purple. So write an equation using P as your unknown number.
Do we equal?
You don't have to, but you can. Your points will come from the writing your equation. Ready? Number 13. Again, it says, use P as your unknown number. Okay. Gabriel has 4 pencils in his pencil case. Alana has 3 times as many pencils as Gabriel. Write an equation that can be used to find the number of pencils Alana has. So Gabriel has 4 pencils, and Alana has 3 times as many as Gabriel. Make sure you put in your unknown number as P. Okay. Next, number 14. All right, 14 has 2 parts and then we're done. Y'all all right? You okay? Are you alive? Okay, 14A. All right, well, question 14 says, on Monday, David correctly completed 30 multiplication facts in 1 minute. That's pretty good. This is 3 times as many facts as he correctly completed last week. Which equation can be used to find out how many multiplication facts, M, David correctly completed last week? All right, so he completed 30 multiplication facts in 1 minute. That is 3 times as many as last week. So which one of those equations is the correct equation to solve? He completed 30, which is 3 times as many as last week. So that means there's less. He completed less last week. He completed more that week, the current week on Monday. So 30 is 3 times as many as last week. So think of the opposite of what times would be. Okay, if you've solved that one, you can go to B, and all you're doing is solving the equation you just chose. You're typing in that number. Say that again? No, you just answer it. So you'll write a number on that one, just a number. Yes, you may turn it in. Also, type in your name in the chat box after you turn it in. That way we'll do attendance. And then you can go once you've turned it in. But I'll stay right here until everybody turns it in. I can answer questions. All right. See you later. On part B, Kason, you just put the number. Yeah, so once you click submit, it'll say show responses or show score. You click that. Yeah. Oh, no, it may not. I may have turned that off because people were doing it before. I'll turn it on. I'll turn it on to where you can see it. If you don't have any questions and you've already submitted it, you are free to go.